So what we've got here is what we would consider a mid shot. And that means that the person who's looking at this, or the camera, as we sometimes say, is kind of at human height. So you're looking down, you're looking out, and what you can see is the horizon line, and the horizon line is basically in the middle of your vision. So the horizon line's here, right along the middle of the page or thereabouts. Okay, so that's the shot that you will see in movies and TVs and cartoons the vast majority of the time. You know, a lot of the time you'll have one character here, that's the head, that's the body, and they'll be talking to another character here. And like, that's a very common shot that we all know, you know? And maybe you're looking over the shoulder or something like that. So a lot of shots are like that, but you will find that at the start of every scene, so when the action moves to a different place and you start off, you know, it cuts to the next day and your characters are there and they're talking in a new area, we always have what's called an establishing shot. And usually that's like the outside of the building or something like that. It sets it up. It tells you where this action's happening. So if you were to watch like The Simpsons or something like that, the establishing shot would just be a quick shot of the outside of the Simpsons house. So you know, okay, the action's taking place inside the Simpsons home for this next section. And it's the same with every single show ever, okay? Usually those are what we call down shots. So the camera is looking down and you get a big angle on everything that's happening. So in order to create a down shot, let's go for another thing here. What you need to do is you need to place the horizon line very close to the top of the page. Okay, so when you have a down shot, everything underneath the horizon line is the ground, and everything above the horizon line is the sky, same as before, but the majority of the page is the ground. So therefore, you're looking down the whole time. So again, it's the exact same process. You just draw out from the horizon line, from the vanishing point rather. Not going to be too much happening above the horizon line. Maybe there, and just there. And then again, you want to draw some vertical lines just as a guide to help you with any of the objects that you're going to place on your grid. So that's a down shot. And again, like I said, that's usually used a lot for establishing shots. And just like the next time you're watching TV, if you're watching any TV later on today, just be aware of that. Really look out for it. At the start of every new scene, when the characters move to a new place and a new bit of action's happening, they'll usually have an establishing shot. It'll usually be the outside of the building where they are or something like that. And it won't be a close-up on the actors or the characters. It will be a wide shot of the area that they're going to be in. And 9 times out of 10, it's a down shot. Okay, so that's a down shot. We then have an up shot. And an up shot, I think you can work this out, is the horizon line is at the bottom of the page. And all of the action is happening above the horizon line. So we're looking up. So this is a shot, it's sometimes called a worm's eye view, and it's you're looking up. So it could be, a lot of times you'll see it used in movies and TV shows when it's a very, very small character and they are, it's their point of view. So if you have any shots like Ratatouille, for instance, has lots of up shots because the majority of the characters are small rats. So they're on the ground the whole time and they're looking up on the world. And the world is obviously made for humans, so it's huge. So everything that they look at is up high. So for those shots, a lot of the time they will use up shots. So again, the horizon line's right down the bottom. It's your horizon line there, and you're looking up. So again, you can draw these grid lines if you want. Again, like I said, like I would just say that these guidelines, I would use them a lot at the start, and then as you progress, you might need to use them less. But I use them a lot. I always draw at some kind of grid usually, if I'm doing a big drawing anyway. So that's your horizon line. You're looking up. You know, this would be the sky. These would be some objects and stuff like that. That could be the corner of a building. But we'll get into cubes now in a minute. So you're looking up, okay? You can get the idea that you're kind of looking up there. All right, and then we'll have a look at one more, which is called a Dutch angle. And essentially, it can be either a mid shot, a up shot, or a down shot. But the difference is your horizon line is at an angle, okay? So you did the exact same thing, but you start off with a horizon line that's at an angle. Now you'll see this as well, but not too often. It's used sparingly, but what it's used to convey is a sense of anxiousness or a sense of something going wrong or something askew. So you'll see it more often than not in like horror movies or at a point in a film where something's gone really badly wrong. So if the main character of the movie is upstairs hiding and there's a serial killer coming up the stairs, they'll use like a Dutch angle. And it just gives a sense that everything's going wrong, there's danger, that sort of thing. Okay, so again, we'll draw in our guidelines to help. Oops, come on. And something like that. So again, this is our horizon line here. And we'll just draw it from there. Okay, so it gives just a sense that something's going to happen, something's going wrong.